Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn about the chapter sets. What exactly sets are. So what we are going to discuss today? First of all, we'll see the introduction of sets, and then we'll see types of it. Then we'll learn about subset and how to represent a set. Alright, by set, builder form and by roster method as well. Okay. So when we talk about set, a set is collection of well defined distinct objects. Set is a collection of well defined distinct objects. What are this well defined objects? Well defined object, if you are talking about, I'll take one example. Let's say I talk about in a class the age of the student, the height of the student I am taking as more than 135 centimeter, and on other hand I ask that the number of tall students when I am talking about tall students, okay, it does not give me any idea that what will be the length or height of the students, alright. But when I talk about more than 135 centimeter, this is well defined. Now I can easily check the heights of the student and I can figure out how many students are there who are having more than the 135 centimeter height, alright. So this will be known as well defined object. Other example, let's say I talk about stones, okay, a heavier stone, but a stone which is heavier for me cannot be heavier for the other person, alright, it depends on the perception. If I talk about the stone which is more than 10 kg, now I can measure the weight. If it is 10 kg, 12 kg, 13 kg, then they all are the stone under consideration, alright. So that will be well defined object. So when we are going to collect, a set is a collection of well defined distinct different objects. Okay. Now we have a term element. What exactly an element is? Element or member. The objects used to form a set. That's it. The objects used to form a set is called element of a set. Now let's say there is a set. How we are going to represent that set, we will discuss. How we are going to write a set? Let's see. Let's say A is a set of vowels in English alphabet. First of all, when we are going to write a set, we represent it with the capital letter. Example, A here. Alright. And then, so first of all, what are vowels in English alphabet? We have A, E, I, O, U. How we are going to write a set now? First of all, we will write a set with the capital letter. Then the elements of set are written in curly braces bracket, and that's how we write a set. Now we are representing set with capital letter A, E, I, O, U. They are elements of the set, okay, which are represented by, which are written in the curly braces. That's how we are going to write a set. Now we have a term cardinal number. What is the cardinal number? The number of elements in a set. How many number we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what is the cardinal number? 5. Now one special property of set. Let's say example, I have to write a set where, let's say these 7 I have, okay, and I have to write them in a set. But if I see this E and I is getting repeated. When I'm going to write a set, the elements of the set never repeated. Okay, so I'll just write A, E, I, O, U. This E and I will not repeat them. Okay, and their order can be different as well. So I'm writing A, E, I, O, U. I can write as I, O, U, E, A. That is also something, same thing. Okay. So what we have discussed till now, what exactly a set is, and then well-defined objects. Then after we discussed about what exactly element of a set is and how to write a set, and then we discussed about cardinal number, the number of elements in a set. Now we are going to see the types of set. We are going to see for types of set now. We have finite set, infinite set, singleton, null set, joint set, distinct set, equivalent set, equal sets. Let's understand what they are. Finite set, which has finite number of elements in it. Okay, for example, the example which we have taken, the number of vowels, that is A, E, I, O, U, only 5 elements are there, so that will be a finite set. Infinite set, which have infinite number of elements in it, which does not have finite elements. Example, a set of all the natural numbers. So natural number starts from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and goes to infinity. So it's infinite numbers. So if I write a set of natural number, that will be considered as an infinite set. Alright. Then we have singleton set. Singleton set when number of element is 1. So for example, if I am going to write a set in which only 2 is an element. Only 2 is an element, that will be singleton set when number of elements 1. Null set or empty set when number of elements is 0, like no elements. And you must be thinking like where we will find these kind of numbers. So first of all, how we are going to represent, let's see. You can represent with 5 and you will write it like this. That will be null set or empty set also we can say. We can see that there is no element in it. Example we can take. So let's say a set of odd numbers between 3 and 5. So if I see between 3 and 5, I don't have any odd number. Between 3 and 5, I have only 4, which is an even number. So it does not, like the answer is 0. There is no element present in it. So we can represent it with null set. Then we have joint or overlapping sets. Two sets which are having at least one element in common. At least one element in common. So we can say set A, let's say a set which is having 1, 3, 5, 7. Let's say a set B 1, 2, 4, 6. If I compare these two sets 1 and 1, that is common in between these two sets, at least one element in common, joint set. So we can say set A and set B are joint or overlapped sets. When we talk about distinct sets, let's say this. Now these four elements and these four elements are completely different. When there is no element in common, that will be distinct object, alright? Or we can say all the elements of the sets are different. So we can say set A and set B are distinct sets. Now we have equivalent set and equal sets. Don't get confused in these names. Equivalent set when number of elements are same. Equal set when all the elements are same. If you will see these two examples A and B, all the elements are different, but number of element is same. Number of element, as we have discussed in the starting only, cardinal number. So if we will see 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 elements inside A, 4 elements inside B. when number of elements are same, equivalent sets. So we can say set A and B are equivalent set also. Equal set when all the elements are same. So we have a set A is equals to 1 3 5 6. Let's say we have a set C is equals to same 1 3 7 5 or 5 7. Order can be different. So set A and set C, they will be known as equal sets now when number of elements are same. Alright, let's talk about subset now. We have two sets, set A and set B. Set A says that 3, 4, 6, let's say, and set B is, let's say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, for example. When all the elements of set A are present in set B as well, now we can see 3, 4, 6, 3, 4, 6. Yes, all the elements of set A are present in all the elements of set B, then we can say set A is subset of set B. And we denote this with this sign. This represents A is subset of set B. Now we will see one more term with this only. Now A is subset of set B. In this case, set B will be known as superset of set A. Set B is superset of set A. And how we are going to denote that? With this sign. This represents A is subset of B. Set A subset of set B. Here B is superset of A. So that's what subset and superset. Now when we talk about and one more thing. This B we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. If I write some other set C such that C is also 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, which is equal set. Now this C will also be subset of set B. Alright, the C will also be subset of set B. Now number of subsets of a set, we have a set B. Now how many number of sets it can have? To the power n. Alright, and we'll see about proper set as well. Proper set when all the elements present in set A that is present in set B, but there should be one element more in set B. What I am trying to say? I am trying to say here B is having so many subsets. All will be proper subset except one. The equal set. So when I talk about subsets, they will be to the power n, and when I talk about proper subsets, then they will be to the power n minus 1. To the power n minus 1 and to the power n, where n is the number of elements of the set. So now let me repeat this. If we have a set B which has elements 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, then total number of subsets will be to the power n. Now n is 7 here, 7 number of elements, so to the power 7 it will be number of subset, to the power 7, and number of proper subset will be to the power 7 minus 1. This subset, the equal set or subset of set B, that won't be considered as a proper subset. Except of this, all the other. Why? What is the condition of proper subset? It should contain the set element in set A should be in set B, but there in the set B there should be one element extra. at least one element extra. All right. Then we have universal set. We have universal set. What is universal set? Universal set is a set in which all the elements are present of the sets taken into consideration. Now, okay, I'll give you an example with these three only. We have three sets here: set A, set B, and set C. Alright, I'll just make some changes. I'll add one more element in this, 8. Set A is set B, set C. These three sets. Now, there is a different set. Universal set represented by U. Okay? It says a set of all the natural numbers. Now, if I am going to talk about all the natural numbers, they are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, up to goes infinity. If I write that is a set of natural numbers. And there is one more way to represent this. X such that x is equals to n, where n is natural number. So we will see this in detail in set builder form and in the next topic, set representation of set. But when we talk about universal set, if these natural number A, B, C, these three sets, all the elements will be here. You will be universal set in this way. And when we talk about complementary set, and first of all, let's say one more example of universal set. So set A, student of class 9th of a school. Okay. Set B, student of class 10th of a school. Set C, student of class 6th of a school, let's say. Now we have a universal set which says a student of the school. So when we are talking about a student of the school, so set A, set B, set C, student of 9th class, 10th class, 11th class, 6th class, they all be considering under a student of the school. So set U, student of the school, will be known as universal set. And let's talk about complementary set. We have A and B, okay, and let's say we have a universal set as well, or just consider this B as universal set. Let's say we have this universal set, not B, and we have set A. Set A has 3, 4, 6. Set universal has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now the elements which are not present in A, elements of the universal set which are not present in set A, they will be called as complement set of set A. Now in universal set 3, 4 and 6, if I cut them, if I remove them, then 1, 2, 5 and 7. Why I have cut them? Because they are available, they are present in set A. So 1, 2, 5, 7. That can be known as complement set of set A. This will be known as complement set of set A. Alright. Now we will be talking about representation of a set with the set builder form and roster form. Okay. What is the set builder form? When we are not writing the elements of it, instead of that, what we write a formula or a statement. How? Let's see. We can take one example and we will try to understand both of the forms. Let's say X is A is a set of natural numbers less than 6, let's say. We have to represent this. Now, first of all, what are natural number? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Counting numbers only. Less than 6. So, less than 6, I am having only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 5 elements are there, which are natural number and which are less than 6. In the set builder form, see this. A is a set. X, now we will use this sign. This represent such that. We are going to read it as such that. X, such that X belongs to natural number. This sign, this represent belongs to. And if we are having this sign, that means does not belong to. Okay. X belongs to natural number and X is less than 6. So that will be set builder form. When we talk about roster form when we are going to write the elements into consideration. Alright. So in this one, what are the elements? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I write them as A is equals to, and we separate them by comma, then A is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that will be roster form. Okay, and we can call it tabular form as well. So that's how we write.